Hey guys, John V from PhoneArena. I'm doing my first look between this LG G4 and the HTC One M9. So both flagship smartphones for their respective companies. The M9 has already been out for a little bit now, and it's one of the first major flagships for this year that came out on scene. The G4 is coming very shortly, and it's proving to be quite a hit already, considering it's not yet out. So let's talk about their designs. Now, two different looking handsets, of course. They both pretty much follow in the same footsteps as their predecessors. But between them, the more attractive looking handset has to be the HTC One M9. It's partly because it still has that premium build and quality to it. It's an all-metal unibody design, dual tone finish, and the whole package is just beautiful. It's like a piece of jewelry. Whereas with the LG G4, it still utilizes plastic mostly, which gives it a pretty lightweight feel in the hand despite being so large in size. And has some new finishes, new materials. You have this diamond-shaped pattern to it, which shimmers in different angles. And they have even an optional, a different type of one. You have a leather stitch pattern, which has a very sophisticated look, though not quite the same premium feel as the M9's design. In terms of the in-the-hand feel, they're both kind of similar because they have the a slight curve to them, but the HTC One M9 is just slightly more compact. It's not as wide feeling as the LG G4. Now, in terms of some of their key characteristics, the G4 has its power buttons and controls in the back, which are a lot more ideal than what you find in the HTC One M9. Just kind of a little bit weird placement for the power button, but it's better than before because it's easier to access. They both have expandable memory, so you could increase the storage with their microSD card slots. But the LG G4 has a removable back cover so you can have access to its battery, which you could take out. The M9, on the other hand, has dual front-firing speakers with HTC Boom Sound and support for Dolby Audio Surround. So you have pretty nice things there. And they both have IR blasters and whatnot. Now, their displays, you have a 5-inch 1080p Super LCD 3 display in the HTC One M9. And then you have a larger 5.5-inch Quad HD IPS quantum display in the LG G4. Now, from a normal distance, even though the resolution is drastically different between the two, they're both pretty sharp and exquisite. But LG claims that there's a lot of improvements with the type of technology it uses, the quantum IPS display. So we're going to see how that fares. But right now, looking at two, they're both pretty nice with their natural colors, similar viewing angles, a lot of similar qualities overall. So we can't complain. The experience here is different. You have the latest LG user experience versus Sense 7.0. Now, visually speaking, we still like Sense just because it's pretty functional and has a nice modern touch to it, and has some useful things like the ability to change the themes. You have this new widget that kind of is self-aware, knows where you're at and what type of apps to suggest for you. It's not to say that it's the LG UX 4.0 experience is nothing compared to the Sense 7.0, but on the visual side, the Sense 7.0 experience is just a lot more grand, we'd say. But for power users, you're probably gonna like the LG interface here more because you have things like the enhanced multitasking experience, so you could have two apps running on top of one another. So pretty cool in that. If we talk about their cameras here for a moment, you have a 20 megapixel camera in the HTC One M9, and you have a 60 megapixel camera in the G4. The G4 though is really notable for its f1.8 aperture lens. So for low light photography, you can expect some sick results with it. The M9, for all it's worth, even with that 20 megapixel camera, it didn't really prove to be that great when it came down taking photos in low light. So we're kind of curious to see how LG does it with its product. And beyond that, they're pretty much great handsets. You have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 chip in the M9 versus an 808 chip in the G4. Honestly, looking here really quick, they're both pretty smooth and responsive. I don't see that much lag or delayed responses. Both are good, but it's questionable to see how that new 808 chip fares with the G4 in the end. So that's a quick first look between these two handsets, guys. If you want to learn more about them, you can check out our website, PhoneArena.com. It's John V. Thanks for watching.